Greetings, rise and shine, brethren. We are the World Global Reset Restoration Network family, comprised of 198 sovereign nations with over 7 billion sovereign principles, being of one mind, one heart, and one spirit, walking together under the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I come to you as a voice in the wilderness to introduce to you a man. No, not just any man, but a man sent by Yah Allah to redeem mankind. Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson, the Adak Chief Justice of the Universal World Court, and who's also known as Yehoshua Mashiach, the Son of Man. The information that you will be receiving in this and other videos you won't get from anywhere else on the planet. Hear the many truths and fulfillment of the laws, judgments, and sentencings from our Creator, Father Yah, as well as the fulfillment of the true interpretation of the Holy Scriptures and books. Now, without further ado, Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson with his beloved host, Shelley Bowling.
Sequester. Everybody needs to write that down. Master Sequester. It is part of something known as HJR85. It is known as the House Joint Resolution 85. They already have it. They already know it's law. I have a copy of it sitting right here at my eyes looking at it. If I have it, surely Congress got it. All of the senators have it. The president has it. They voted on it. They could not deny it because it had already passed itself. All they did was sign off on it that they recognized it and that they had to identify with it. And they had to comply with it. It was given to them on March 1st. That was when it became law, on March 1st. Now, the HR 4405 was accompanied with the greatest bill that could have ever been instituted on anybody's planet, on anybody's heaven. And that was one that's known as HJR. HJR, which is House Joint Resolution 85. It was done March 1st, a number of years back. It became something known as the Master Sequester. Now, we need to get everyone to understand what the United States government is talking about when it talks about the Master Sequester. The Master Sequester don't just sequester the United States of America, but it sequesters the whole universe. The whole universe has been sequestered. In other words, transparency. It has to tell everyone on this planet, all 7.4 billion people, it has to let them know what is going on and what is not going on, because it affects 7.4 billion people. This is what the sequester does. Transparency. Cut, cap, and balance. Cut out all the crap. Balance the things of which needs to be balanced. And cap it. Put a cap on it. Stop thinking you can change it just because it don't suit you the next morning when you wake up. I-35 is bagged up. The first thing you do is you go and you close down I-35 and open up an I-36. But you do it at a time when it's convenient to you while you're already at the head of the line, and therefore you get to take I-36 before anybody else does. So we saying cap it. Put a cap on it. Stop it. Now, this morning, my subject for everyone is based upon the Omni Law and based upon the reset. All these things have been done, and as I speak to the different, if I might call them that, representatives of those that are dealing with the monetary system, I need you to understand, now that you have given me names of people, when you come back, you're not only going to be giving me those names of people, but I'm going to be giving you the name of some banks, or if we might call them financial institutions. I need the name of those people, because those are the people that I have placed inside of the master computer. And the master computer is not going to read anybody else but those people that I have placed inside the computer. Anyone else, I don't care who he is. He can be Rockefeller's daughter. He can be Rockefeller's grandson from 8 centuries ago. If he's not in that computer, the computer is not going to read him. So it ain't going to matter who he is. I can read the documents. I know with true documentation, cutting out all false conversation, I know who those individuals are. So whatever code name he or she might be using, when they come and they talk to Dr. Henderson, my advice to you, if you are a representative, tell them do not use a code name with Dr. Henderson. They have his true name. He is not using a code name. Even though many people have made up code names for me, I don't use a code name. I am who I am. If that Goliath can read who I am, so can you. You know exactly who I am. You know why I'm here. You know what I'm doing. So I don't need a code name. If I might get any code name, use my father's code name, YHWH. Now the reason I'm saying this to the United Nations this morning is because the Omni Law and the laws that we are now implementing, and they will not change, has been somewhat disrespected by the United States of America. And I'm not attacking the United States of America, but I'm telling them they're about to be overran and attacked by every nation on this universe if they don't get it right. Because they will change nothing. Nobody cares about their ability to have a Congress that supposedly is the most civilized or the most knowledgeable. We don't care about your Cambridges. We don't care anything about your Yales. We don't care anything about your Harvard. We don't care anything about your Notre Dame. None of that. We don't care anything about that. Let's just say y'all has used a bunch of misfit people on this planet to fix a system that all of you intellects and all of you professors and all of you scholars could not fix. Let's just say he took 3 stooges and they fixed it. Something you could not fix with all your intelligence, all your brilliancy. You could not fix it. And possibly because you've been baffling people with your brilliancy, and I almost said another word, and y'all don't allow that. So I would tell you, stop it with the baffling. We need truth. We need someone that knows how to get the job done. We have done that. Everything has been completed. On HJR 85, Reg 85, is known to them as the Master Sequester, and it comes directly from our office. Directly. It is the sequestation of the world, the universal world. Sequestation. And I've explained it to people. So since you brought it up, Brother Tahuti, let me explain it to them once again. It is very simple. It's a very simple problem, and it's very simple to solve that problem with a sequestation or master sequester. When someone owes you something, they do not want to pay you. What you do is you sequester them. Sequester says that they will not be able to spend one penny. They cannot be able to buy anything. They cannot be able to sell anything. They cannot be able to borrow anything until they have paid you in full. Once they have paid you in full, then they can remove that sequester. Right now, what they owe to us as a Global World Network reset, because I put my world court in order in 2002. And I sequestered them for everything that they owed this universe. And I did that based upon my $875 billion. And that sequester is in place now, and no one can move it until I am paid in full. I'm not looking for myself to be just paid in full. I want this whole entire universe to be paid in full. If this whole entire universe does not be paid in full, that sequester will stay in place until after that, until every person is paid in full. That's what I want to say to the world out there. Stop stressing, stop worrying, because this sequester is not going any place until every man, boy, girl on this planet has been taken care of equally. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men were created equal. And I'm going to make sure that we uphold that based upon the 9th Amendment. 2560. Clear, cut, cap, and balance. Clear and open. Transparency. It's been told to your government they are under this sequester based upon the omnibus law, based upon the omnibus law. Omnibus law. They already know this, but they're not telling you that out of their mouth, but they're using it in cold words. And I'm so glad that we got brothers like Brother Tahuti, and I'm asking everyone else to open your ears and your heart. You got to open your heart first. Because once you open your heart, you'll be able to hear those things that we're telling you about, and then you won't be able to worry about, can I question Dr. Henderson? You will find out that I have told them that in 2008, they took $750 billion of my dollars, and they bailed out all of the banks around this world. And what I'm saying to them now, I have sequestered you to return my money. And because you can't, until you do, this sequester will remain in place. That's what's taking place. HJR85 will stay in place. It will never be moved. If I told you the amount right now that they owe to the world, I can assure you they will never be able to pay it in 300 light years to come. That's where we're at right now, people. Maintain one mind, one heart, one spirit. HR8560. It's sitting there. Cut, cap, and balance. You better be more concerned not with it, but you better be concerned with something that is known as HJR85, the one you wrestled with all day, the one that you've been wrestling with now since 2008. You are best be thinking about that HJR85, March the 1st, because that is the master sequester that goes all over this universe, that tells whoever it is, bring ye all the tithes back into the storehouse, says the Lord of hosts. Yah. That there may be meat in my house, that I might be able to feed the people, that I might be able to medicate the people, that that I might be able to educate the people, that I might be able to give the people transportation, that I might be able to give the people an opportunity to be able to raise their families the way they want to raise them. That they might be able to protect their families the way they ought to be protected. And the emergency edict, the plan that you received, it told you how to do that. I know what you're trying to do. You're sitting behind those walls now, trying to figure out how can you come up with a plan that will trump my plan, that will be able to put you back in the driver's seat. Let me help you out while you're working on that. You have been there now for getting ready to be 115 Congresses. Let me help you out. You have been there for about 288 years. Let me help you out. You have been there for 44 of the world's greatest men on this planet. That's what you say. 44 of the most smartest men on this planet. 44 of the most handsomest men on this planet. The 44 of the greatest fathers on this planet with their children and their wives. And I know. And maybe I'm taking it too far now, huh? But anyway, you have been there that long. And you haven't came up with one plan yet, that will allow every man in America, not the world, to be able to have life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. You haven't been able to do that in 288 years. 44 men. 100 almost and 15 Congresses. And you haven't been able to do that yet. Not to this point. You can complete that today. That's what we gave them. HJR85 was called cut, cap, and balance. We also gave them something that was called transparency. We wanted to see what they were doing. So they wouldn't let us do that. So what we did, we gave them a master sequester. And after we gave them the master sequester, we put it so they couldn't spend a penny, they can't get a penny, they can't borrow a penny, they can't loan a penny unless we know where it's going. That's why now they can't get nothing, and half of them don't want it right now because they know that they have to tell us where it's going. And if they don't tell us, it's going to show up in the computer. Because we have the codes to the computers, and it tells us every penny that they spend now. We know where it goes. We are the trackers. We are the ones that track everything. Set them free. We have already set the whole computer back to net zero. Everyone has been freed of debt cancellation. All of that happened for all of the people, and you're still going out, busting and throwing bells in people's houses and arresting them for something you know that is not even wanted, neither is it true. Now, for the people of the United Nations, before I leave today, I must tell you to be very, very safe in your own personal self. Remember, there's something that is known as insurrection. It's not just only in America, but it's in every nation. Every nation has this law of insurrection. If you decide to go against your government, if you decide to go against the majority group of the people, you will be considered insurrection. That is why now, even in America, the president is trying to do something that he makes it mandatory for every individual to vote, because they realize that no one has truly ever voted, and now everyone has decided to stop voting. So now he wants to make everybody prisoners in their own country. And he knows that if they do not vote, they will be considered to be insurrection, and they will be arrested. This we will not allow to happen. I can say to him that that was already defeated before he ever opened his mouth to say it. So he can forget that. That's also part of the World Trust. That is also part of HJR85. You might want to read it. It tells them in there that he cannot force a person against their own free will to vote for no election and for nothing else, no secret membership. Neither can they force anyone to vote to eat, even if they want ice cream or candy. He might want to read HJR85 a little bit closer, and he will find out it's already in there. Everything that he decides to try to do has already been written in HJR85, the Master Sequester of this universe, which prevents him from being able to even use something that's called executive power. He needs to read that reg, because that is what Congress is arguing and telling him now. They have read it. A lot of them have read it. And they know that what is in that reg cannot be changed, because 187 nations had already declared it to be good, even before 2008. And by the time 2009 came, all 197 nations had already agreed to it. Thereby, that leaves only one man either talking loud and saying nothing, or he's talking to get some people in trouble along with him, and they themselves are beginning to realize that, and they are slowly tipping out the door. They are slowly resigning. They're slowly beginning to speak out loud, saying things that would be deemed by some Americans as being disrespectful to the highest office in America. Now, United Nations, you need to understand that the battle is brewing. This is why I'm talking to the United Nations. The battle is brewing. The Battle of Armageddon will happen. Please, protect yourself, protect your home, protect your children, protect your family. How do you do that? Is by understanding what I am telling you and following the precautions. The precautions is there for you. The means of protection is there for you, but you must get under it. You must get there. You can't wait until Sunday morning to start examining yourself and running down there to what they call the altar call. You can't wait for that moment in time. That's too late. The moment in time is upon you. He has already told you in the book to be ready, to be prepared. The only way they will be able to take over a strong man's house, they must bind him. To bind him, they must sneak up on him. They must catch him when he's unguarded. And that's what's happening right now. You must wake up. You must get on board. These are the things that you must do. So prepare yourself. Get on board. Know what's going on. Go to your world leaders. Sit down with your country leaders, your state leaders, your representatives. Sit down with them and tell them to show you in writing and stop talking. You don't want to hear it anymore. Tell them, I want to see. I want to know what HR 4405 is. It's a world document. It's not just an American document. It's called World Debt Cancellation. World Debt Cancellation. That's what it's called. World. Not Chicago's debt cancellation. Not Dallas's debt cancellation. It's called World Debt Cancellation. So everyone needs to know it. Everyone needs to read it. Everyone needs to understand it. And the next time everyone decides to tune in to the White House on CNN and bypass listening to the House of Commons in England, you're wasting your time. Because you're not going to get the truth coming out of there. Too many of them are in fear of losing their houses and their cars based upon the fact they have held it too long and it didn't belong to them anyway. And the owner is coming back to get it. And they're trying to keep the owner at bay. So for Mr. Dick Durman I need him to understand, in Illinois, Democratic Senator, I need you to understand that the sequestation is the master sequestation. And why are you at it? Why don't you tell the people what the sequestation means? Stop telling them that it's bad. Tell them if where the owner has found out that you were stealing his stuff, and he has came back and sequestered you to return it. Tell them that. Tell them that so they understand that. Tell them where to find the definition of sequestation so you can stop standing around on the floor wearing that same suit trying to pretend that you're all so high and mighty.